Heyo, today was a pretty good day. I had class, and we talked about fun things. Not gonna lie, I don't really remember what, but we talked, and one of the things we talked about was we imagined up the worst vacation you could possibly imagine, everything going wrong, and it was funny to discuss that. Afterwards, I got to take a nap, and then we had a tasty lunch with rice. And I don't know what was in the rice because I forgot to ask, but it was tasty. And then we had a walking tour of the Catedral. This is not the Catedral de Granada, but this is first a mosque, I believe, and then turned into a church. And there's just like vineyard, like grapevines up top to provide shade in the summer. There's also like a stage in the middle. It's just really pretty. This is on the way to the Catedral de Granada. This is that itself. It was just really pretty against the sky today. Just look at that. It was gorgeous. This is the plaza. Oh no, this isn't quite the plaza. This is the mosque. For a lot of years, the cathedral and the mosque were like connected to the mosque, and the cathedral were this like part of the same building, which like just seems to be a theme here in Spain of sometimes what was I gonna say? Oh, sometimes there's lots of like fighting between them, but a lot of the times between the Jewish people, the Christian people, and the Muslim people, there was just a lot of community. This is graffiti on the wall. If you see that V, that was a way of writing Victor. And basically, the idea was that once you finished your studies, you wrote that Victor to symbolize you finished your studies, and you also wrote your name. And then when people wanted to write a letter to family who lived far away, because like there was a marriage, there was kids, someone died, that type of thing, they would go to the cathedral and be like, who's the smartest person around? And they'd find him, and they'd be like, oh, that person, everybody knows that guy. And they'd go to him, and they'd be like, hey, can I say this to you, and you write it down so I can send it to my friend or my family. They send it to their family. Their family receives the letter, and then when their family receives the letter, they'd be like, oh wait, I don't know how to read, and they'd go to the cathedral, they'd look for Victor and then somebody's name, and they'd be like, oh, that person can help me read, and that's kind of how that worked. I found it pretty interesting. This is the cathedral itself. The plaza was right outside. And the interesting thing about the plaza is, I forget what it's called, but functionally it got its name because the noble girls from the north would come there after having a kiddo, and they would, on the month-long journey, they would breastfeed a puppy, so their milk didn't dry up, and then when they got here, they would like sell their breast milk to the noble women, because the noble women couldn't be seen breastfeeding their own babies. This is inside the cathedral. It was just absolutely gorgeous. Everything was white. It's white because it was painted with limestone, because the limestone kills all like germs and bacteria and mold and stuff like that, which is really important because like the first place that you go when you meet a new city, you're in a new city, is you go to the cathedral. And while in that time a lot of people were sick from various diseases, and they like would smell really bad, and they just like whatever. So it's really important that the walls didn't help the transmission of those diseases. There was beautiful stained glass, and this is a model of the cathedral. On the, I believe that's the right there, you can see what was the mosque, and the rest is the cathedral. And just, oh, look at the organ. I really want to hear that organ be played. It's played about 5 times a year. And people will go to just, like, the organist will go to practice, but you don't necessarily know when. I just really want to hear it. I love organ music. But it's just stunning. More stained glass. It was just everywhere. Of course, the music I had to take pictures of. This is, I don't quite remember what it's called, but they are used in processionals, especially during Semana Santa, aka Holy Week, aka the week surrounding Easter, which there's like 3 or more processions a day, and the way it's carried is people go under and they lift it up like they are carrying like a carriage in way back times, and it is still done to this day. So that was really interesting. I don't know how they did it. There's a city where they literally run up a hill with it because they found out that people kept falling over when they walked. So now they run up a hill carrying this like thing that can be up to like 4 tons. It's craziness. And the way they walk sometimes is the way you sweep for a missing swimmer in lifeguard drills. Fun fact. But yeah, it was just absolutely stunning to look around. That's where like the choir music would go, so that all of the, like, they only needed 4 books so the whole choir could read. And yeah, just, it is absolutely stunning. But yeah, that was today. After that, I went to an intercambio, or language exchange, and met some really cool people that I'm going to be able to be friends with. Had dinner, did some homework. I'm pretty exhausted. I didn't study as much as I wanted to today, but hopefully I'll study more tomorrow, because I don't really have anything going on other than class, which will kind of be nice because I want to sleep as well. But yeah, we're kind of at a point where I'm like, wow, this is hard, but it's okay for it to be hard. That's been a new mantra I've learned is things can be hard and that can be okay. It is okay for things to be hard. I came here knowing that it was going to be hard. Did I know it was going to be hard in the vibes that it's hard? No, but that's okay too. I feel like a lot of life is about challenging yourself, especially when you're in the college age, is trying new things, doing things that you might not be able to do otherwise, and that's exactly why I'm here. So even though it's hard, it's okay, and I do have like a lovely support network. My host family is great. I know some people. I know I can reach out to people, and I know I have people at home if I need to as well. We did get news though that my host dad has to work really far away from the house, so he might only be here on weekends now, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. You know, you gotta work, but that's okay. So yeah, big thing I've learned. Been learning a lot this year, from my job over the summer to now, but it's really cool and I really like learning. And right now I'm learning that it is okay for things to be difficult and feel overwhelming, but it can feel overwhelming without feeling absolutely impossible. And this is a new feeling because things do feel overwhelming, and yet they feel actionable, which is not a sensation I have experienced in a very long time, so it's kind of refreshing. Somebody just threw away their recycling. Don't know if you could hear that, but I have been talking for 9 minutes now. I should really go journal and go to bed, but hope you're having a good day. Catch you next time. Bye!